with cilia sticking off of it, and it sits on top of this structure, which is called the bulb. Got a little nucleus in there, and we have a flame bulb system. The flame bulb empties into what's called a tubule, just a hollow tube. Okay? Now, associated with the bulb are all these slit-like openings. Okay? So this chamber in here is connected to the interstitial fluid by these slits. So what we're going to do in this flame bulb system is use these cilia to do their little ciliary motion. And what that does is pull fluid into this bulb. Okay? This step that we've just done, move things through the slits, that's filtration. That means the material in here is the filtrate. Okay? What we filter through the slits, by definition, is filtrate. The filtrate then collects in the tubule. Notice that there should be lots of flame bulbs together dumping into a common tubule. So the tubule is collecting filtrate from all of these flame bulbs. Okay? So that filtrate is collecting. Now, as it moves along the tubule, we're going to do some reabsorption. Anything that got through the filter that's small, but we want to keep it, we're going to use this epithelial layer to pull stuff back into the interstitial fluid. And anything that we want to get rid of, that we really don't want hanging around, we could secrete it into the tubule. Filtration, reabsorption, secretion, and then anything that's left after those steps, we're going to excrete it out of the body at these tiny holes in the body of the planarian that are called nephridiopores. Pores, openings, or holes, think kidney, these are the openings of the excretory system to the outside world. So this long process here is the excretory system. Here, filtration, reabsorption, secretion, excretion. Notice that this piece in here, the reabsorption and secretion step, can have an osmoregulatory function. Because if we're regulating the amount of salts within the filtrate, either by taking some out or adding some more, we're affecting salt balance, and as a consequence, affecting the water balance. Does that make sense? So the excretory system has an osmoregulatory function in this reabsorption secretion step. Okay? This is the most basic unit of an excretory system you can have. It's basically just a bunch of these filters sitting on top of a common tubule, and the tubule epithelial layer does reabsorption and secretion. Okay? All right. Moving up in complexity, we would next reach the annelids. Okay? And the annelids would be things like earthworms, which are what I have here, also referred to as the segmented worms. Okay? All right, so with the flame bulb system, we had an opening at two ends and a long tubule. We're going to do the same thing here. Each of the segments of the earthworm, each of these segments is going to have a long tube that's open at two ends. One end of this tube is open here. This is called the nephrostome. So that would work out to kidney mouth, right? And then here is the other opening,